Sanatan Dharma, not just a religion, but also a science. Welcome to today's episode of Ancient Wisdom for Modern Times. I'm your host, and today, we are diving deep into the profound connections between spirituality and science as we explore the idea that Sanatan Dharma, often referred to simply as Hindutva, is not just a religion but also a science. Have you ever wondered why certain deities in Hinduism are always depicted with specific consorts? Why does Lord Shiva, the destroyer, have Shakti by his side? Why does Lord Vishnu, the preserver, always have Lakshmi? And why does Lord Brahma, the creator, have Saraswati with him? These associations aren't just symbolic, they represent deep, scientific principles that have been understood and revered for centuries. Let's explore this fascinating topic together. Let's start with the relationship between Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is often depicted as the ultimate symbol of the eternal cycle as creation and destruction. But what does this really mean? Well, Shiva's primary role in the cosmos is destruction, but destruction here isn't about chaos or negativity. It's about the necessary ending of one cycle to give way to a new beginning. However, destruction alone isn't enough. For this process to be complete, Shiva needs Shakti, which translates to energy, power or nature. Without Shakti, Shiva would be inert, a mere lifeless form. Think about Einstein's theory of mass-energy equivalence. Just as energy and mass are interdependent in modern physics, Shiva and Shakti are inseparable in this cosmic dance. You might have read or heard about the Big Bang theory, right? The idea that the universe began from a single, infinitely dense point, leading to the creation of everything we see around us today. In Hindu philosophy, a similar concept is captured in the idea that the end is also the beginning. Destruction is not the end, it is the precursor to creation. And in this endless cycle, Shiva and Shakti together symbolize the universe's ongoing process of birth, death and rebirth. This brings us to why Shiva is almost always depicted closely connected with Shakti. In many images, they are shown absorbed in each other, often in a form called Ardhanarishvara, where Shiva and Shakti are literally one being, symbolizing that one cannot function without the other. Without energy, nothing can be destroyed, and without destruction, there can be no new creation. Now, let's move on to Vishnu and Lakshmi. Lord Vishnu is known as the preserver of the universe. His role is to maintain the balance and ensure that life continues smoothly. But what is preservation without resources? Here's where Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity, comes into play. Without wealth, and here we are talking not just about money, but resources in a broader sense, sustaining life becomes impossible. We see this clearly in how Lakshmi is often depicted sitting at the feet of Lord Vishnu, symbolizing that wealth should be at the service of preservation and sustenance. But there's a deeper lesson here. Wealth, or Lakshmi, must be controlled and used wisely, as represented by her being under Vishnu's command. If wealth controls us instead, it leads to greed, imbalance, and ultimately destruction. Lakshmi's positioning with Vishnu reminds us that while wealth is essential, it should never dominate our lives. The scriptures often show her seated on the Sheshnag in the depths of the ocean, resting at Lord Vishnu's feet. This imagery suggests that wealth should be managed wisely and kept in balance, as letting it control us can lead to disastrous consequences. Lastly, let's explore the relationship between Brahma and Saraswati. Brahma, the creator, is responsible for the genesis of the universe. But how can creation occur without knowledge? This is where Saraswati, the goddess of wisdom, music and the arts, becomes essential. Creation, in any form, requires knowledge, just as much as preservation requires wealth and destruction requires power. Without education, wisdom and knowledge, no creation is possible. This is why Saraswati is always depicted with Brahma. She symbolizes the essential knowledge required for any form of creation, whether it's the universe, art or even an idea. You'll often find Saraswati seated on a lotus, just like Brahma. The lotus symbolizes purity and knowledge, and just as Brahma is responsible for the creation of the universe, Saraswati ensures that this creation is wise and informed. The lotus flower also represents how wisdom must rise above the murky waters of ignorance. In the images, Brahma and Saraswati might appear distinct, but their proximity symbolizes that knowledge and creation are intrinsically linked. Saraswati is often shown as busy, constantly engaged in her work. This represents the continuous flow of knowledge that is necessary for the ongoing process of creation. So, what does this all mean for us today? It suggests that what many people are just beginning to understand, learn or discover has been known and revered in our traditions for centuries. The principles embedded in these relationships between the deities aren't just religious symbols, they are profound scientific truths that have guided human understanding for millennia. Sanatan Dharma or Hindutva is not just about rituals or worship. It's a holistic way of understanding life, the universe, and our place resides in it. It's a science of living, where balance, knowledge, power and wealth are all interdependent and essential for the sustenance of life. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope this exploration of Sanatan as both religion and science has given you new insights into the depth and wisdom of these ancient teachings. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with others who might find this content enlightening. Until next time, keep seeking knowledge and remember that the answers to many of life's mysteries might just be found in the wisdom of the past. This is your host from Kaalasya Team, signing off. Stay curious, stay balanced, and take care. Note: content of the podcast taken from blog post written by Mr. Sultan Singh on his blog Vicharvarum.